Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here, and I am glad to be here. What's your biggest struggle right now? Or let me ask you a different question. Which would you remember most? Somebody sharing a story of how they worked super hard, studying through school, went to college, and graduated top of their class. Or perhaps the young person, the young student, the young man whose nobody in their family had ever gone to college, whose father's imprisoned, whose mother works 2 jobs, who deals with dyslexia to fight through, to be able to make it even to school, then through high school, and become the first member of his family that makes it through college by himself working round the clock and studying round the clock and getting the help, not only the first person to go to college, but the first person from his family to graduate from college. Which story do you remember most? You know, there's an old cliche. Everyone has a story because everyone, that's you, me, everyone has a struggle. And unfortunately, in today's world, we live at a time when we're sharing more of our lives than ever. So you would expect people to feel connected and heard and understood. But why is there an epidemic of loneliness and isolation like we've never seen before? You know, there's an old cliche that says everyone has a story because everyone has a struggle. The heart of a good story is the struggle. It's the obstacle that has been faced. It's the obstacle that's been faced and hopefully overcome. It can be an obvious physical feat like climbing a mountain, something that we've just done recently with a group of leaders to go out and leave our comfort zone and do stuff that scared the bejeebies out of several of them, to the point of crying with tears in their eyes. It might be a hero rescuing someone from drowning, but it can be as a simple struggle as dealing with our physical ailments, our physical limitations. It can be a mental battle like depression, addiction, schizophrenia. It can be a choice or choices and the associated consequences. So why is it that struggles so crucial to the story is all about learning? And it's not because of the elements that created the struggle. Struggles are crucial because of one common thing, and that's that they're transformative. Struggles change people. And a well-told story merely brings out that emotion and that power for others to transform as well. Ralph Waldo Emerson said once, "Every person I meet is my master in some point. And in that I learn of him and from him." And it's because of his struggles, not his joy or successes. You see, struggles connect us. We can relate to the challenges of other people much more than we can relate to their victories. We empathize with pain much more so than we do with joy. The moment we truly see ourselves in another person is usually in those moments of struggle when we realize that, hey, I felt the exact same pain. And I'm not sure why it happens, but it happens. I think maybe pain is the most universal feeling that there is in the world. But whatever the reason, when another person feels it, we feel it ourselves. When we see somebody in pain, we feel it. Recognizing pain in another person is the primary driver of empathy. It's the beginning of compassion, and the more vividly that pain is expressed, the more clearly it's articulated, the more compassion it elicits. So when you have those moments of struggle, put a handle in it, learn from it, name it, give it a name, brand it. The learning that comes from that needs to be shared, and as it's shared from those struggles that we have, we create the connection. There's this epidemic of, you'd never know by scrolling through social media that there is an epidemic of loneliness and isolation. You'll see nothing but happy families, milestones, achievements, and celebrations. It would appear like, everybody's living in abundance. Why? Because we tend to specialize in sharing our joys. We kind of see joy as the ultimate prize in life. I'm not sure if it creates a sense of desire, but I think it does create envy, and I don't think that's a connector. I don't believe it creates a true connection. Your stories of perceived joy don't teach nearly what your stories of struggle teach. Not only for you, as you learn from your struggles, it'll make you better It'll bring out those characteristics or qualities that are more near perfection, that will allow you to grow and be more influential. Grab those stories and learn from it. Now we're at a time when ever before we feel vulnerable. Find those learning moments, stick a stake in them, and share them. It creates connection. Thank you for letting me share this message with you on this Monday morning. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. I look forward to hearing your stories of learning. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.